everyone, it's Jill and I'm so excited to share with you kids and parents and grandparents how to make cheesecake bars. Cheesecake is probably one of the most favorite recipes people love to eat. Cheesecake is an amazing, delicious, yummy dessert. It's super easy to make. Most people are afraid to make it, but I'm going to show you how easy it is. Hey, if you're not part of Kids Baking Club, just go to kidsbakingclub.com and we will send you one of our baking kits. It's a way to bring confidence and creativity in kids' lives. We want to inspire them to have life skills for the next generation, and it brings families together. Let me show you first how to make the crust. Now, most often cheesecake is used with a graham cracker crust, but did you know that you can use all different types of crackers? And I'm using a lemon ginger snaps that I found in the store. They were on sale. I've also used ginger snaps with them. These are lemon snaps, and you want to crush them till they're finely ground. Now there's a few ways you can do that. You can use a food processor, which I use, which you need your parents' help to help you do that, because it does have sharp blades. Or you can put the crackers in a Ziploc bag and just roll it, and that crushes it. Either way, it's really easy. Okay, now what we're going to do is, once we have this, we have 2 cups. We're going to pour, and this is 1 stick of butter, and what I like to do is not pour in all of it yet. And this is a 1/4 of a cup, had to look at that, of brown sugar, because this is going to be a little festive crust. And the reason I didn't put all of the butter in is because every cracker is different. And this might absorb all of that butter, and I won't need to add all of it. The butter is a binding agent, and using a fork, I'm just going to see if I press down if it starts to make like a crust. And I can see that it is, but I am going to add the rest of this butter. It looks like it's going to be fine. So I'm just going to put the whole stick in of my 2 cups of crushed crackers, cookies. I don't know why they call graham crackers, because they taste like cookies to me. Okay, do you see how that is so nice? Now what we're going to do is to take a square pan. This is a 9x9 pan, and I have this with parchment paper, so it'll be easy for it to come out when I cut the squares. If you don't have parchment paper, you can layer it with foil. And I'm just going to dump this in like this. And now we need to press this down. You can use a fork, you could use a spoon, you can even use your fingers if you've washed your hands. And I preheated an oven to 350 degrees. And this is going to go into the oven. We want to bake the crust first before we add the cream cheese on top. I'm going to bake this crust for 10 minutes. And while I'm letting it bake, I'm going to go ahead and start on my cream cheese filling. All right, I'm going to bring this to the oven, and let's get started on our cream cheese filling. Now that our crust is in the oven, we're going to make our cheesecake filling. And you're going to need 2 8-ounce blocks of cream cheese. It's best not to use the non-fat. You definitely need the fat in there, and you're going to mix it. I'm gonna turn the sound off while I do this. Now that I've mixed the cream cheese, and you wanna start the cream cheese at room temperature so it's not as tough, I'm going to add 1 cup of granulated sugar. And go ahead and mix that. Before we add the eggs, what I want to do is go ahead and get all the sides down. You'll see that there's some on the beaters, but don't worry about that, because once you add the eggs, then it'll all come off. We are going to add 3 eggs, and I like to add them 1 at a time. And 3. And after I add them, I always go and wash my hands. So I'll be right back. All right, we are ready to now mix our eggs. All right, we are going to add 1 big heaping spoonful, or 1/4 cup of sour cream. And what that's gonna do, I'm probably gonna do 2 right here. And what that's gonna do is just make it even creamier. Now it's time to add some flavor. It's good the way that it is, but we want to just spice it up a little bit. So we're going to add 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. 1. And all vanilla does is just bring out that flavor. So, so good. And I'm going to make it a little lemony taste. So I've got my little lemon shaver here. I'm just going to take a lemon. Actually, this came off my tree. I have a lemon tree in my backyard. I have an orange tree. I have a blood orange tree. It's nice to have those when you're baking. I'm just going to shave a little bit off, not too much. And then if I want to give it even more flavor, I can actually cut that lemon in half. And just so the seeds don't go, I'm just going to squeeze and get some of the juice from that lemon. And last but not least, I'm just going to sprinkle 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to mix it again. Now I'm going to go get my pan out of the oven and let's get it poured into our crust and then bake it again. My crust is out of the oven. I'm reducing the oven to 325 degrees now, from 350 to 325. I can see that it's nice and set. I'm going to pour my cheesecake batter on top. Now what happens in the oven with cheesecake is if the oven gets too dry, then what happens is the cheesecake starts to crack, and we don't want that. And one of a baker's trick is that you put a pan of water in the oven near the cheesecake. As you can see, I have a pan of water. And what that's going to do is it's going to give the oven some moisture so that it doesn't crack in the oven. At least we hope, right? We're gonna put this in the oven for 40 to 45 minutes. You will know that it's done when it looks set and it doesn't look like it's jiggly. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the oven off. I'm going to leave it in the oven for about 15 more minutes just to set. Then you take it out, let it cool, and put it in the refrigerator for at least 4 to 6 hours before you cut and serve. I usually make it the day before, and then I cut the squares the next day. Ready to go in the oven with my pan of water. Okay.